Hi guys, how are you? How are you doing? I'm back with another video. So, you know what? You guys, if you when you have a calling, I guess you should call it that, or when you have a purpose on your life, we all do. Sometimes you pass through things. I don't know if this thing is working anymore, honestly. But check it out. If you if you have a calling on your life and you have um we all have purposes on our lives, but sometimes you will realize that you go through things and you start questioning yourself, like why is it that I'm going through all these things, and at times, in most cases, they will not make no sense at that point. When you're going through it, it will not make no sense, and you complain and you feel bad and you do all those things. But one day you realize that, oh my goodness, the reason I had to pass through that is because of this reason. God will reveal things to you. Okay, let me tell you. Sometimes the reason you're going through something is for you to get knowledge about that thing so that you will help someone out there in the future. Yeah, so I know it's hard. I know it hurts. I know it doesn't make no sense when you're going through it, because you're like, why do I have to face this? Why do I have? Well, let me tell you, if God wants to bless you, oh Lord, I love you so much. I love Him. I love Him so much. Actually, I love Him. Oh, I feel Him here. Like I feel so in love. All right. Let's say God wants to use you in a certain area. He'll make you pass through something, so that when your time comes for you to influence His people and for you to teach His people what you learned from the situation you passed through, you'll be able to relate. People will be able to relate with your testimony, or you'll have the knowledge to influence people. You have the knowledge to tell people what a man. Okay, let me give an example. Because I've watched some of the pastors and the people, apostles, and all that people that God is using right now. In most cases, those people didn't come from nowhere. Let's say that person is dealing with deliverance, and that's their calling. You realize that the person passed through a lot of things. Like, they passed through things, that made them to get knowledge about deliverance or anything else. So, by the time that person was passing through those things, you wouldn't tell them that, you know what, actually, the reason you're going through this and this is because you're going to help people. Yes, maybe they knew something, because God reveals things to us sometimes, in most cases. But it wasn't pleasant, going through that thing, man. It's not pleasant. It's not a very nice journey. But after overcoming it, now you know why. Okay, let's say you're going to help people in the future, people who are like suffering from bondages and stuff and all that. You yourself will go through bondages and all those things, and you break them and be delivered from them. That you gain the knowledge, and the knowledge on how to help others get delivered too. Yeah, so do not, yes, okay, don't be so frustrated, and don't give up um, on the things you're going through. In most, okay, I know it's hard, like, just keep trusting God. He knows what He's doing. I love Him. He's so amazing. Oh, also, me as a person, some of the things, okay, some of the things, really, I tell you guys, I talk to you about everything. In most cases, those are things I've really gone through, and while I was going through it, I wasn't I wasn't happy about them. I wasn't happy with the situation or the experience. But now I'm actually kind of grateful. No, kind of. I am really grateful to God that I had to go through it, because it's now that that's the way I got to gain the knowledge, to gain the knowledge, to tell you guys about them, and to encourage you. Yeah, yeah. So don't give up, and still, it's not everything that you're going through. It's good that you're gaining knowledge or something. So, just surrender your life to God and ask Him to help you, because man. But when you realize that I'm going through this because God wants to use me, and I'm going through this purposely for helping other people out there, it will kind of you'll be a bit calm. You'll be like, okay, yeah, I know this is I'm gonna overcome this, and I'm gonna be alright, and God is gonna use me to help other people. But sometimes it feels unfair. Sometimes you're like, can't you just give me wisdom without me first passing through it or something? But he knows, because let me tell you, it's a God wants to bless you with money, like with lots of wealth, and He wants to bless you, and He wants you to be someone who will help other people with money. I feel like He'll make you pass through poverty, or He'll make you pass through not having enough, or pass through survival modes and all those things, to the extent that when He blesses you with money, it's like he trusts you with that money, He trusts you with that wealth, knowing that you will feel for the people who are going through that poverty or something, because when you look at them, you remember yourself. You remember being in that very position, and you're kind enough to help them. I feel like that's the reason why he lets us to pass through those things. Yeah, so that we can help people from our hearts, because we know how it felt when we are there, and we feel for them, and we want to be the ones to help them. And because if someone doesn't know how it feels to live, to be without, the person will not understand, maybe. So some things really we go through them because they actually, it's like they're the reasons we will be obedient to do God's will. Yeah, it's a lot, but I love you guys. I don't want to make this video for very long, but I love you. And if you do not have a personal relationship with God, start it today. He loves you. Yeah, it's